Hey everybody, I am here at Gettysburg again, and I'm gonna take a little video of show you around the area surrounding Devil's Den. It is one of my favorite places on the battlefield. It's a crazy battle, very pitched battle, and I'll hit a few details about it soon. But what I really want to show you for a couple reasons is the area surrounding the Devil's Den. Kind of give you a lay of the land. And it's important because the geography of the whole battlefield is important to better understand the battle itself and certain individual fights within the larger battle. If you can hear right now, and I'm sure you can, there are a gazillion frogs in this area, and I just love the sound. It's one of my favorite sounds in the world. This whole area, first of all, this particular area right here is kind of sitting in a basin because directly in front of us we're looking at a little round top, and then when we look behind us we have the area known as Devil's Den. It's just kind of to the left, or at the left edge of this hill. But the whole town of Gettysburg is actually a basin. It's known as the Gettysburg Basin in geologic terms. And I found this really cool topographic map. I'll show you real quick on my phone. If sorry, if you can get a look of, oh god, the GoPro is so horrible at images close up. Yeah, you're not going to get much out of that. The whole area of Gettysburg is surrounded, is kind of a depression or a basin, if you will. The areas to the east are kind of dotted with hills, but the areas to the left, on its left side, it's completely flanked by the mountains, by the South Mountain Range. So you have a lot of low-lying areas and areas that get pretty soggy, and believe it or not, it's actually springtime now. It's the beginning of springtime. We're just getting into March. It's early March, and even though you don't see much green yet, there is quite a bit of water in this area, a bit more than there was just a week or two ago because of the runoff from the hills. So, gotta love that sound. It's even though we don't see any green yet, it's really beautiful here, and I just can't get enough of this sounds. So we are seeing some first shoots. We're seeing a little green up here in the ground, and not many trees are budding quite yet. But we'll slowly get over to the area. Now, there's a couple reasons. The main reason why I'm not going to shoot it today is because there's a lot of people over there, and go figure, that's probably not going to get much better as time goes on. But you kind of pick your times, you know, and sometimes just get lucky. And I don't, mind shooting when there are a few people in the vicinity of whatever it is I'm shooting. But there was one particularly loud and obnoxious guy who was A, loud, B, obnoxious, C, a know-it-all, and D, I'm afraid that he might just start saying really stupid things or start cursing, and I'd rather not show that kind of stuff in my video. So, but I'll take you around the bottom of it maybe and show you a little bit. But I'm definitely going to come back and do a better shoot. And the light is the other reason. Of course, the light is bad. Now the darn forecast said that we were supposed to see sunbreak at 4 o'clock. So I checked the weather, and I checked the hourly, and I check it at 4, and then it says, okay, the sun's coming back out at 5. And I check around, a little before 5 o'clock, and it's like, well, we might see a little sun before 6. And that the sun is just not going to make it out today. So again, you deal with what you deal the hand that you get. So basically, generally about this battle here at Devil's Den, and for going a lot of specifics, because I'm not the battlefield expert, but this area on July the 2nd was the far left of the Union line. This is Dan Sickles kind of extended his position, of course, and this area is and they hadn't really secured Little Round Top in front of us yet, if I have that right. But this general area here of the Gettysburg battlefield was the far left of the Union line, and so Confederates on the edge of town were coming up from beyond from beyond Devil's Den and approaching this way. And it's amazing that they took this spot. If I get my facts right, the Confederates at this battle here at Devil's Den numbered about 3,100, and the Union troops right here at this battle numbered about 2,400, I think. The Confederates were mostly led, if I get this right, by John Bell Hood, and he was in command of a good number of mostly Alabamians and Texans, and he was eventually joined. It's the Georgian, named after the fort, Benning. I think it's Henry Benning. Brigadier General Henry Benning also joined him and brought some boys from Georgia. But it's given the terrain, it's extremely impressive that regardless of the troop numbers that they took this spot, because it almost seems impregnable or impenetrable, but they did. And again, they outnumbered the Union at this battle by a little bit, but not by a whole lot. So it's really pretty impressive. Maybe it just came down to sheer will and muster. But they also had a bit to work and muddle through. I gotta kind of hurry this up, so I'm gonna try to show you the base of the other side here. So I'm really trying to kind of set the stage. Next time I come up here, I'm going to actually shoot within this small but really awesome complex of rocks. By the way, this is what we're looking at is an outcropping of diabase, otherwise known as granite, but it's a particular kind of granite. It is granite from magma, but that came up through the earth in a certain way, instead of being pushed together in big pieces and smashed together the way they did at the along the main faults and where the continents collided, and what gives us mountain ranges. This set was created by intrusions or dikes that seeped through the sandstone and shale and other types of softer rock that make up the Gettysburg Basin. So let me see. This whole area kind of is where there's the annoying guys. Crap. This whole area is where the rebels were coming through, kind of. It's kind of hard to see or imagine because it's split by this road here, but they were kind of coming from this direction over here, more or less from the south, and they had to. What's really impressive is, and this is what I want to show you, they had to press through this kind of stuff. Now, it probably wasn't as overgrown as you see it now, but it was almost certainly still scrubby, nasty, and as you can see, just strewn with boulders, big and small. You know, the bigger ones weren't so much of a trouble to get past, obviously, and often served probably the Confederates quite well as you know, from shielding from enemy fire. But when you walk along through here, you know, we're just gonna kind of take a walk through, and maybe kind of as some of the Confederate boys did. You know, there are tons of just little rocks and little boulders strewn all over this area. So if you can imagine, you know, this was again in a time when folks were still fighting in Napoleonic fashion, i.e., you know, battalions were lined up in formation and lines and just marched straight and just tried to mow down the enemy. This kind of terrain made it nearly impossible. First, it did make it impossible to do that, and they got broken up, they got separated from, you know, they got spread out, and they had to just kind of make do and press on out of formation. And again, having said all that, it's really impressive that you know, it's not impressive as far as value, but it's in the sheer sense of the word that the rebels could take this position. They held it for the rest of the battle, by the way, but it was kind of all for nothing because the Union got the bigger prize, which was Little Round Top. And I think that there's a a great quote. I forget exactly how it goes, but there's a great quote by a Confederate soldier that said, we slaughtered the enemy at Devil's Den, but Little Round Top was too high to the heavens, or something to that effect. So they were basically saying that, yeah, we took the first obstacle and the first high ground, but they got the better high ground, and that was ultimately much more important. So I think this is where I'm going to stop, guys. I'm at 10 minutes, and we will do this again soon, and hopefully better weather and with less annoying people around. So until the next one, guys, this is Devil's Den.